Hello, genealogists. This is Craig, and this is Just Genealogy, and I'm continuing the segment on tips and quips. A reminder that you can get your copy of Tips and Quips at a 20% discount from Heritage Books by using the discount code Quips with an S, 20. Quips S. Quips 20. Quips 20. Sounds catchy, doesn't it? Let's go for the next quip. Now, at first, I was gonna do one by Dan Brown called "Google is not a synonym for research," and he said that in the Lost Symbol Anchor Books Random House 2012 on page 117. And I've always believed that, although most of us are going to go to Google to start. I mean, anybody who hasn't Googled every single name in their family tree by now is missing out, I think. So, but that is not a substitute for research. I use Google as a way to get to things and places, but it's not where I end. And I don't think it should be where you end either. But that was what I was going to talk about today. And then right above it, there was a quote from Elizabeth herself. And it was, "What we absolutely positively should not try is the shotgun approach, looking willy-nilly hither and yon for anybody of the right name." And now I used to do that. I have to be honest, I used to do that. And she said that in E.S. Mills, Genealogical Problem Solving, Advanced Research Methodology, Evidence Analysis, Track 4, 1986 to 2001, Stanford University, IGHR. So what that tells you is she said that a lot over the years in the Advanced Methodology course at IGHR, a course which I taught in for a decade. I love that course. And if you haven't taken that course, it's now done by Judy Russell, and you should take that course. I will call it the Paramount course. The consummate professional will be taking that course, as they will also be taking the Paul K. Graham course, Advanced Methodology course at SLIG. But between the two of them, one or the other, my preference, of course, would be IGHR, only because I taught in it, but then my preference would be SLIG because I teach in a track on SLIG every year, consultation and overcoming brick walls and that kind of thing. What we are absolutely positively, I guess she's pretty firm on that, should not try is the shotgun approach. And there are many of us who are using the shotgun approach. I used to be a surname genealogist until Elizabeth squared me away, where I would just go collect everybody's name in every place and just throw it into a database, and that would be it. And if something worked, something worked. And if it didn't work, I didn't really care because I was a surname genealogist collecting everything that related to Scott, an impossible task. You know, after getting to about 100,000 records in my database, I went, why am I doing this? So then I became a certified genealogist and started doing genealogy more correctly than I was in the past, meaning I wasn't doing it correctly in the past because I was using this shotgun approach. I just had a conversation with one of our subscribers recently about them using a shotgun approach, and that what they should be doing is building their house brick by brick. That they would find something, and then they would go find something else, and then they would go find something else, and they would go find something else, and they were missing the analysis and correlation component of what they were finding and comparing it to other records, and that they were just collecting records. And genealogy is not just collecting records. Genealogy is having a research plan, having a research question that relates to that plan, and going and finding the answer, and then using what is found, following your analysis and correlation and your resolving of conflict to build your house, your family history, those kinship determinations. You cannot do that if you just willy-nilly wander around and collect stuff, because it's like a puzzle box, a jigsaw puzzle box, where you have this box and you just throw puzzle pieces into it. Now, you don't know what puzzles they relate to, but you just throw them in the box. And then you try to put the puzzle together. Does it work? Not normally. Genealogy is taking 50 jigsaw puzzles, putting them all in one box, and then trying to create the jigsaw puzzle from each one. And that doesn't work very well either. It's very inefficient, very ineffective. You have a record, use that record to build what you know. If you don't know how that record fits into what you're doing, remember it, put it aside, identify that person that it belongs to. And as time goes by, that person may fit in or they may not. This is especially true of people of the same name. How many John Smiths do we encounter that are all different? And they might even be neighbors. And they might name their first son John. And they both might have a wife, Mary. Don't forget the peso dance. The peso dance has nothing to do with the shotgun method. The peso dance has to do with finding records that will make your ancestor unique. So that's what you want to do. You do not want to look willy-nilly hither and yon for somebody, anybody of the right name. Now, don't misunderstand. I have looked willy-nilly hither and yon for somebody of the right name as a last resort when I couldn't find anything else, when I had done my reasonably exhaustive search and I still hadn't come to the necessary conclusions to complete my proof. So I might do that, but that is not the basis of my research. By the time I get to that point, I've already got my foundation laid. I've already got the pieces of the house put together. I haven't got the roof on yet, maybe. Anyway, Elizabeth Shown Mills, learn from her. Tips and quips. Quips 20 is the discount to get this book if you should want your own copy. If there's something you'd like a keyword that you'd like me to talk about, if something you'd like me to talk about and what quotes might exist for that keyword, just put something in the comments. This is Craig. This has been Just Genealogy, another tips and quips session. I guess what I need to do is to take my copy of this book and annotate it as the one I've actually talked about something. That could be fun. Have a great day. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to tell your friends. You know the mantra by now. Thank you.